Hello everyone, I'm Wendall Jones and welcome to this edition of the program, The Platform. On this program, we normally look at national issues, but today on our program, we're going to talk about some things that we've been talking about for a little while. And as many of our viewers would know, that on weekends we do special programs with a friend of mine, Bianca Nygard, who is sometimes co-hosting. Today I don't know what she's going to do, but she is here with me, and we're going to talk about some issues that arose with Peter Nygard, her father, who is an investor in the Bahamas, who is well known by a whole lot of Bahamians because he has provided assistance to so many Bahamians in our country. But as many people would know, he has been embroiled in a controversy with his neighbor. His neighbor has sought to do some things that Peter Nygard has really not enjoyed. He frowned upon these things. And so on our program today, we are going to speak with someone who's been working with Peter Nygard over the years as an aide, as a bodyguard, because of certain testimonies or certain affidavits that have been produced in this long-standing feud between Peter Nygard and Louis Bacon. And we're talking about Leo Thurston, who is with us today. Leo, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
And Bianca is here as usual. Nice to have you here. You're wearing some nice television colors with this dress you're wearing
thank
today.
you so much. This is actually a Bianca Nygard dress.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
it is.
A Bianca Nygard
dress.
dress.
Yes.
Okay, from the Nygard collection, eh?
Right.
Very good. Well, Leo, it's good to, you always in the background. You are not somebody who shares the limelight. Your boss does that. But how long have you been working with Peter Nygard?
I've been with Mr. Nygard for about 25 years now.
25 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And you told me before we went on the air that he was the best man in your wedding.
Yes, sir. He was the best man at my wedding.
How did that come about?
Well, you know, just wanted him to be a part of the wedding, and he was excited to be. Yeah.
And how long ago was it?
10 years ago, the 26th of this month, April, I'm going to make 10 years.
10 years. Yes, so you've been working with Peter Nygard, so you've developed quite a bond with him, haven't you?
Yes, sir. A very good bond with him.
And you told me that you went around the world.
I've been around the world with him, yes.
Tell me about that. How did that come about and where it started?
Well,
give us the story.
Okay. We started out in Canada, and then we fly to Iceland. Is it Iceland? Excuse me. That cool place. Alaska. Alaska, yeah. And then we went on to Japan and into China. From China, we spent 10 days in China, and then we went to Bangladesh. We spent 6 days in Bangladesh, then we went to India. Then we went to Jordan, back to Canada, no, back to Iceland. That's yeah. And then into Canada, and I came back home.
So what were you doing in all of these places? I know that Peter Nygard is an international fashion designer, but what were you doing in Bangladesh, for instance?
Well, you know, every time the chief come in town, you know, he talks about his world tour, and I went on it. It's like he put me in the front. So everybody wanted to take a picture with me, and he would just say, well, that's the chief. That's how humble he is, you know. And we had a very good time. We stayed in China. I can't remember one of the state name, but we was on the 98th floor. And another hotel on the side of us have 150 story. You know, so we share a lot of time together. We work with in the gym every morning. We work with every morning, every evening, you know. And he's a hard worker. He will go to those factories, and I told him thousands of people in those factories, and he will design his fashion. He will design it. Him and his girls from Canada, and they will just work for about 10 hours, and then we come back to the hotel. So for the whole month, we was just designing clothes.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. In different factories.
And in India?
In India, same way. You know, he have a very big factory in India, very big factory. Over 10,000 people in that factory alone, you know, with just sew his clothes. So.
You had quite an experience. You ever thought that you would have this kind of experience, Leo?
Well, you know, my childhood days came back to me. I remember when I was in the primary school, and this white teacher came in our class. I never had a white teacher before. And he asked the class, he said, what is the study of geography? And all the kids started guessing all kind of stuff, and I just being quiet. He said, the study of geography is to travel to see how people live and work. And that hit me like a brick. And that's what I wanted to do all my life. And I finally got the world tour.
You got a very nice world tour.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you saw people at work in the various factories designing clothes
See them at work.
sewing as well, eh?
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. They work hard. They work hard. Every 7 minutes, a pants is already sewed, made, washed, and packed.
Every 7 minutes?
7 minutes. That's how much clothes are being, the production is going on.
So you saw the Nygard slims, the slims being sewn together?
Yes, yes.
That's interesting. Bianca, have you ever seen it?
Yes, I have. I actually worked as quality control in China before for 3 months. So one thing, and then I've worked in Canada before also. But one thing is that anybody could say anything. You could take a picture and say, we're keeping these factories clean, or this is how it is, sir, you know, when the people are talking to my dad. But he actually goes there and physically checks to make sure the people are happy, to make sure it's clean, to make sure he checks to make sure it's sewn correctly. He checks the garments physically himself. He goes around, he's very hands-on with everything, you know? And he himself isn't afraid to work and show how things are done, right? So he's very encouraging in that way, inspiring.
One of the reasons why we asked Leo to come on the show today is because there was a young man by the name of Justin Sands who worked with Peter Nygard. And apparently he has said some negative things. You knew Justin, did you?
I knew Justin, yes, sir.
What kind of person was he?
He was very nasty to the staff, very nasty to the staff, because a lot of good staff get fired, a lot of good staff. He lies on them and just, he provoked them to anger, and then he caused them to get fired. He was that kind of person.
Now he came up with an affidavit, I think, in Canada, and said some pretty negative things about working with Peter Nygard, and I think he mentioned your name as to say that you knew about certain things, but you were forced to issue a statement yourself, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us about it.
Well, as far as I know, with the chief, from the time he comes here up to the time that he leaves, I put him on the plane. I put him to bed. When female come down, they have dinner. Mr. Nygard, he extend the best to all his guests. And the things they say he did, I have never seen it and have never happened. Never happened, because on the property, you being there, you see the way I walk with him. I walk with him. Whenever we have guests, I be with him, because I don't know who all the mentality, you know, of the guests who going to try to do something slick. In Vichin, they had people, you know, take pictures and post it out as if, you know, they been there and this happened, but things like that never happened. I know this girl, the opening of his store, this girl took a picture with him, and then she decided to tell call her aunt and mother. Her mother trying to find her, right? She told them that she is in Canada with Mr. Nygard. Apparently, her niece was in my wedding because I had 56 boys in my wedding.
56?
56, yes.
Wow.
And she came to my house and asked if this girl is with the chief. I said, no way. I said, I put him on the plane and only him and his head went off, you know? And then she sent back this picture with her in his skimpy clothes, standing inside his old car. So she is in Canada. I said, no, man, you need to check where her boyfriend is. And apparently she was staying with her boyfriend for a couple of weeks.
So you have found that people have been using the Nygard's name and abusing the Nygard name and saying things that are untrue.
It's untrue. A lot of things is untrue. I know at a certain time, guys will come there that they have program with kids and they like to lie on kids' name. They have a boxing club or they have a basketball team. Mr. Nygard is be so generous. He will give them a check to help the kids. And I've seen these guys going to buy a car. I've seen them going to buy a car.
But back to this fellow, Justin Sands, he gave the impression that your boss would invite young women to the key and really abuse them and in certain ways assault them.
Oh my God.
Did you see any of this?
No, sir. No, sir. It never happened. No young girls come to Nygard Key. No young girls. If we have school kids come down, they come in as a group and they leave as a group. When we have a pumpet party, females and males come down. Mr. Nygard come down about around 9, 10 o'clock. And most of his real guests will stay to meet him. The set who just come for the first time, they will leave early, right? So my security team, we looking for girls who drinking too much, who cursing, and who smoking. As long as that don't happen, we don't have nothing to say to nobody. We just watch them have a good time. This have never happened, and I'm very surprised of that young man saying those things.
You know, I spoke with Peter Nygard on numerous occasions, and he is very health conscious. And so he is against the abuse of alcohol and cigarettes and that type thing.
Yes, sir.
So those things were not encouraged at the pamper parties or
sir.
anything of that sort.
No, sir. No, sir.
And so when you saw this document or heard about the affidavit by Justin Sands, what
I got angry. I got angry because the way how he put it and then he called my name in it, you know, I had to go off and I had a headache for a week because I wanted to really see him, you know, because Justin know what I stand for down there. And everybody, I mean, his guests, they know what time it is when it comes to security stuff like that. I will never allow it. I'm a man of God, and Mr. Nygard respect me for that. Okay, he speak highly of me and he treat me, you know, like a man of God wherever we go. And for me to see that foolishness, it's a no-no, man. I got daughters and stuff, you know, but. There are girls come down there and they're beautiful and they want to meet him and he meets them. He treat them good. Mr. Nygard know how to treat females because on Sunday he have a pumpet party where girls get their massage, they get their manicure, pedicure, you know, and he brings out everything. He bring out the boats for them to go out, you know, just speeding around and everything you just ask for, pumpet. They get.
You know, whenever I see you, you wear your chain with the cross.
Yes, sir.
And you said a while ago that you're a man of God. You're normally a quiet person.
Thank you.
In the background. So you yourself would probably frown at any misbehavior that you would see.
Of course. You could ask Bianca. She know what I stand for. If anybody could come and tell you something bad about me, I'll give them $1,000. They don't know nothing bad about me because I don't live that kind of life. I don't live that life.
But you would not condone people doing
No, sir.
Things
No,
like
sir.
that around you, neither, eh?
I tell people, and my wife, she knows. I tell her, I said, two set of people I would not care to work for: a drug dealer and a troublemaker. You know, the troublemaker, they go get in trouble once you fight their battle. I ain't for that. Though I'm a six-time Bahamas champion, I'm a 3rd degree in Kung Fu. So.
A 3rd degree in Kung Fu?
Degree, yes, sir.
How long have you been doing that?
40 years now.
40 years?
40 years, yes.
Did you work with Clement Ford and these people?
I work with them, but Gus started me out. Gus Cooper.
Gus Cooper?
Yeah, Gus Cooper. And after class, I will train so hard with this guy. They used to call him Superfoot. He took me under his wing and teach me how to really kick. When I was a yellow belt, I was beating his black belt. And I saw one night he looked real angry, so that's the night I bowed out to school. But I was still hungry. And I caught up with this guy by the name of Randy Johnson. And he's a Kung Fu guy. And then I really get better then. It's a different style of fighting. 6-time Bahamas champion, sir.
So you got a job with Peter Nygard because of your qualifications as
yes, sir.
as a Kung Fu fighter.
Well, you know, I have a bodyguard service, international bodyguard. But Mr. Nygard hired the man, not the company.
I hear you. We're going to take a break right here. This is the platform, and Leo Thurston, who is an aide and bodyguard to Peter Nygard, our guest on the program today, along with Bianca Nygard. And the reason why Leo is here is because Leo's name was mentioned by this young man, Justin Sands, who had some negative things to say about Peter Nygard. And Leo just wanted to come on this program to express himself. We take this break, we'll come right back.